Hey guys, how you doing? It's the Intuitive Investor from StockTwits. So today, September 26, 2018. As you know, Sean went online to do his live video on YouTube to explain and clarify some things. So I'm glad you guys made all the comments that you made on yesterday's video. It must have got to Namaste Technologies, it must have gone to Sean, and he was able to give us very crisp and clear reasoning for changing of auditors. As an added bonus, this is what I did. I actually had a friend, I still have a friend, I'm sorry. I have a friend who I've known since I was a kid, and he actually was an auditor for the SEC for a number of years. Now he's in private banking. And I thought to myself, who better than to contact my buddy George in Cali. There you go. There's my shout out to my buddy George in Cali. And I picked his brain and I said, what is some of the reasoning? What would be some of the potential reasons why a company would want to change auditors? I explained to him the scenario, and this is what he had to say. What he had to say was that it actually makes absolute sense for a company who starts out small and is beginning to grow and expand to want to change auditors that can manage the workflow, that can manage whatever growth the company is headed towards. And because they are a global entity, and Namaste is already in 20 different countries and potentially going to grow, then they want an auditor that can handle the growth and not have to yet change another auditor further down the road. So in his mind, this is an absolute green light. And in hearing Sean's rationale earlier today in his video, it honestly dissipated any worry and any concern that I had. So for me, absolute great move. In fact, my friend George had said it would concern him more had he not had the company not switched over to a more reputable, not to say that MNP isn't reputable, but he's heard of PricewaterhouseCoopers. I hadn't really heard of them. I'm not really in the auditing business, but he says that those guys are probably ranked number 3, one of in the top 3 that is in the world. So reputable company. So that should dissipate a lot of investors out there, a lot of their worries about that. So the second point, another point that I wanted to make was that he mentioned in the video that with the whole deal that's going through with the 45 million shares or whatever that was, the negotiated price at $3, what I took from that was that he would not be speaking to that or speaking to any financial news or any kind of news over the next 3 weeks. I think he put out an October 17th date where he'd go silent. All Namaste would go silent. And I could see why that seems suspicious, but I'll tell you the reason why that isn't actually suspicious and why that's actually common practice. There is something in the field of stock trading known as the quiet period. And if you don't believe me, look it up. The quiet period happens in 2 scenarios. And I'll give those to you. The first scenario in which it happens is when a company is about to go public. See, now it's starting to make sense. And you got that announcement, the underwriting, the shares, the pre-negotiated pricing, Sean saying that he can't discuss anything for the next 3 weeks. That's known as the quiet period. And that happens when companies are going to be going IPOing, when they're going to go IPO and they're going to uplist to the NASDAQ. That's what happens. So the second reason why that happens is when a company is about to disclose earnings, something else that he alluded to. He alluded to reporting the earnings. Again, not giving us a very specific date other than that October 17th date that was referenced. To me, the quiet period absolutely makes perfect sense, and I see why he's going to go cold on us over the next several weeks. It happens all the time. If you don't believe me, again, look it up. The quiet period. That's what it's called, and they'll give you those 2 scenarios. Nothing irritates me more. As a matter of fact, nothing irritated me more last year when someone who I'm not going to mention ragged on this company that I'm on and just totally obliterated them. And the CEO couldn't really say anything because the information was within that quiet period. So he just had to take it and we just had to take it. So quiet period exists. So it absolutely adds up. So we're 2 for 2. Other than that, I think the bot deal, the change in auditors, it's all in preparation for a bigger picture. It's what needs to be done in order for the investment world to realize that if PricewaterhouseCoopers is auditing all the financials on Namaste, then they mean business. They know that they are at this level. It helps build trust, prestige, because you know that it's not just some Joe Schmo company and you got a company that has aspirations to uplist to the NASDAQ. Would you want someone who is just randomly auditing a company and is now trying to be with the big dogs? Or would you rather have somebody with a global a global footprint, somebody that ranks top 3 in the world? Would you rather have them be auditing all the financials so that you know as an investment firm or an institution, first question they're going to ask is, who's doing your financials? And if they hear PricewaterhouseCoopers, they're going to be like, this company is legit. So again, to me, I think now we're piecing this together. My intuition initially feels comfortable. I don't see any red flags. Yesterday, we didn't have clarity. Today, we have more clarity because Sean gave us the justification, the reasoning behind that. And that's all we as investors wanted to know. I'm not happy that the price dropped another 9%. But you know what? I can't blame people who are taking profits. For me, if there's something I'm saying that helps you make some money, that gives me pleasure. I love seeing people make money. I love it. I absolutely love it. Inherently, I'm a bull. So if there ever came a time in my mind where I decided to get out, getting out, everybody has their own reason. Maybe they're moving on to the next stock, or maybe there's something that they don't like about the company's direction, or maybe whatever is the case. I know that in the past, I've gotten out of stocks, not for any bad reasons. There's been times that I've gotten out of stocks because it was just trading too flat for too long of a time. And for me, that could be my reason. Nothing bad to say about the companies, but sometimes that's just what I do. So guys, any comments you want to make, please put them down in the comment section. I will do everything that I can to get back to everybody. Again, I do appreciate you watching the video. I do appreciate the subscriptions. And if you aren't already following me on StockTwits, don't forget, I am the Intuitive Investor. Take care.